Hi everyone, today is day 4 of our case solving, and today we are dealing with the design problem, product design problem. And as the question says, we have to design a bicycle renting application for tourists. And I will be using the circles approach here. And so let's start with the case study. So our first step is the C, where we have to comprehend the situation and we have to ask the clarification questions as well. So as I told you in our every video, that just by looking at the question we cannot get any direction or any idea what we are actually doing. So you can be very open and you can ask any question that have you in mind. So the first question that I am getting in my mind is, what is it actually and what is the goal? I am trying to understand what is the goal behind making this application. Second, if we are renting a bicycle, so what type of bicycle we will be renting? uh, because we are renting some bicycles or two wheelers to the tourist. For how long can they rent this bicycle? Can they rent? And there's also substitute question for the same, when it will be available. So let's first solve these questions and get a simple idea what we are actually doing, and let's move forward in some direction. So what is it and what is the goal? So the goal is simple. We are making a bicycle renting app for tourists, majorly who are foreigners, and they come to location in India, and a lot of and at a different location these bicycles were installed, and a person can rent a bike and pay for some money, and then when the journey ends it can park at some of the installed location. What type of bicycle are we dealing with? We are dealing with with the normal cycle. For how long can they rent? So that will also we need to decide it, but it depends on the monetary charges. If the a tourist is paying a lot of money, he can rent for longer hours, but the duration will be in hours, not for the whole days or more than 1 day. So we will be renting on hourly basis. When it will be available? So this bicycle service will be available when the sports or the parks when operational. So we got in clarity that these bicycle app will only available when the sports or the nearby parks were operational, and it is not for the common usage, not for the common use. Next question we can ask is, for whom we are making for? Who is it for? It is already mentioned in the question that we are making for tourists, but it is good to ask if you want any clarity or if you are not getting any direction. So majorly foreign tourists, and because I have mentioned and we got a clarification that we are renting the bicycles, so how does the monetization work? How will be accepting the payments? How does the monetization work? So we will be taking online payments only. payments only, which will be done through the app itself. There will not be any local person available for the payments and anything else. Seventh could be, is there any type of, so big, because we are renting the bicycle, so are we collecting any type of deposit or security deposit? Security deposits, I don't know why, but ChatGPT mentioned that we will not be taking any security deposit. So let's keep aside our common thinking and let's work on what the interviewer says. Okay, so just by looking at these questions, we can get an assumption that there will be multiple bicycle points from where the tourist can pick up the bicycle, make the payment, and when the time completes or the journey is going to end, it can park at one of the location and mark that the journey's end. You can think of it like a YOLO. When the YOLO is not operating, you can think of like how the team of the YOLO used to think that these are the location and what are the use cases of their services. So we have identified, we have got answers of our clarification questions, and let's move to the users. Who will be the users in depth? So, so because we are operating a new service, we are making a new service, or we are designing something new which is not exist existing in the market yet. So we have to think about who will be the main stakeholders. So the main stakeholders will be the foreign tourists, the local guide who is guiding the tourist and guiding the groups of the tourist, the local guide, and the bicycle renting company. So we have to think about all of these stakeholders, and we will be considering the pain points of these stakeholders as well, and we will try to prioritize the solution which will be beneficial for the business itself and the stakeholders itself. So I will be making some user personas for better understanding. So let's say for a foreign tourist, let's say we have a solo traveler from England, solo traveler from England, and his pain points might be, as you can understand, and you as if you can step in the boots of a person who is traveling, or if you have ever traveled in some foreign country, the main and the major problem that arises in some countries is that we do not have the currency, or we have the limited physical currency, and because it is the era where everyone using online payments, so most of the travelers do not contain a lot of physical currency. So let's say he only uses the international cards for making payments, and which is in dollars, rupees not in rupees, it's in dollars. So this could be his pain point. Second, we can consider, let's say, a group of friends from Italy, because we have already considered a solo traveler. So let's say group of friends from let's say Russia, or let's say Italy, and they came to India to explore about India more, and the problem that they are facing is they have the language barrier. Because if we talk about that English is there, so not all countries or not all people from other countries know about English, and if they know, they might be able to communicate with the locals itself, but while engaging with the operating system of a proper mobile application or any application, it is quite difficult from them to operate or to use the services. And the third I'm considering is the local guide who is facing difficulty in mass booking of the bicycle, because he has to guide a group of foreigners. So there must be some kind of feature that enables him to book bicycles for more than two or more than three people in one go. So let us write down the needs of these people so that we can have an understanding what we are actually solving for. We have done the user personas. We are reporting the needs, and this is the time where you can think creatively and you have to step inside the boots of this persona that we have just made, and you can think of the experience where you have ever traveled outside India or you have traveled inside India as well, and you have used some kind of services uh, where you have to rent something, and let's say you somewhere you have rented a boat or something else. So you can use that experience for understanding the needs of the users. So looking at the personas, the users need will be, we have to use the native language for users, native language for tourists, and we can say the payment thing, payment via different currencies. Third could be, there should be some map, or within the application there should the Google Map should be integrated in a way so that it will be easier for the tourist to find the areas where the bicycles are installed, to maps to locate the bicycles. Fourth could be, this is not as very important, but we have to write as many as possible. So the charges information, charges information. Fifth could be the navigation to tourist place. This is additional feature, and we can integrate in the map itself. Navigation of tourist places, because if we give a list of different places which are in a similar area, so that might make user that might make user to rent the bike for longer hours, and because he has an clarity that these are the location he can cover in a single day or they are nearby. So that will also beneficial for our business as well. Group bookings, there should be some wallet feature. If a tourist is staying for longer, he might be needing some wallet feature where he can just tap and pay. And suggestions of nearby places. Okay, so I have written 8 suggestions. and now I will be highlighting those which highlighting the one according to the priority basis. So let's say navigating, so the native language according to me this is the higher priority thing. Let me use some darker color. So let's say this stick. So according to me this will come under the high priority thing which we have to make payment way different. This is also a high priority. Or uh, the map location we can say this is also high, because if a user is not able to locate our application he will be frustrated and this will degrade the overall user experience. Charges information, this is also one of the high that we need to make. Navigation to spaces, yes we can say this is medium, this is not necessary. Group bookings, this is also a medium thing, it is all this is also very not necessary. Wallet feature, let's say it's very low priority. And suggestion for nearby places we can also consider it as low. Now we have to, this is the main thing there where we have to brainstorm and come up with creative ideas how we can solve this problem. So let me write it here, let me zoom it out a little, so I will be able to make a table within here. Okay, so I will be doing the proper prioritization based on the impact and the complexity to make that feature. So if we think about the language, so it has higher impact, and the complexity is also higher. To integrate all the languages it will be also higher. Payment via different currencies, this will be having the higher impact, and the complexity will not be very high. We can just opt for some payment sources like Stripe which accept all kind of payments, so that is medium complexity. Maps to locate, this is also high and complexity is medium. We just have to integrate the Google Maps API, so it is also doable. Charges information, this is high, and this the complexity is easy, very easy. We just have to include a payment converter which just shows the information that this much is required. Navigation of tourist places, this is medium complexity, we can say it is also an easier thing. Group booking impact, we can say this is low impact, and complexity will be medium. Wallet feature is of the low impact, and the complexity is medium as well. Suggesting nearby places, this is also a low priority, and the complexity is medium as well. Now we will be selecting some features, that because we are not going to build everything in the first step, so I will be selecting some few things that which are the most important ones, and which have I will be selecting which have the least complexity, but I will be considering impact more. So payment via different currency is also a must. Locate Maps to locate the bicycle is also a must, and cost display is also a must. Other than, because these are the no not and higher impact thing, so I will be ignoring for now, and I will be proceeding with these 4 features only. So this is how we solve a design problem, and I hope this will help you in your future interviews. And in the next video tomorrow, I will be working with some more RCA problems as well. So let's tune and meet you tomorrow.